All right, good afternoon. Can everybody hear me in the back there? Perfect. All right, great. My name is Eric Moore. This is Matt Haywood. We're with Untitled Windows. A couple of you might be familiar with our organization. We are locally based out of the Fairfax area. We do have a hybrid product that you might have seen before. It's a polymer skin with a steel inside. You're not going to find it in the spec, but it is a little bit different. It might be listed under vinyl. However, the product is built up to 40 stories tall, AW70, which makes it a little bit different than your standard MI or Anderson window. One of the best things that we can do with our architectural partners is just try to help you understand what would be a good fit for the product, like for your projects, and additionally, not to waste your time. Like if it's a project that's 2 or 3 over podium, stick built, hung windows, that's probably not something that would benefit either of us. However, if you're talking about something taller with aluminum in the spec that has higher energy efficiency needs, sound attenuation needs, etc., that might be a better fit. We do not manufacture a hung window. We don't manufacture a sliding window just to stay out of that rate. We do have a number of other options, but I think that's the best idea so that we don't waste your time and try to benefit you and your partners. So the presentation is AIA accredited, which is good. We'll just be talking about Polymer and what it is, what it does, how it can benefit you and your developers. So, have you guys ever built or designed anything with Polymer before? No? Okay. So that's not common to hear. In Europe, the commercial construction market has about a 60% share. All the stuff that's like aluminum in the United States, we're using still about 90%. Europeans have always been a little bit ahead in energy efficiency and technology and stuff. But just to give you some of the basics of Polymer, it's a monomer, a bunch of molecules that are basically strung together to form a compound, right? Large or long chain molecules composed of repeated pattern of monomers, repeated subunits, and a chemical compound. Each repeating unit is the mer. Repeating units are often made of carbon, hydrogen, and sometimes oxygen, right? They have unique properties and can be tailored depending on the intended purpose. So a small difference between this and your standard vinyl window. Vinyl has a lot of materials that will make it soft, BPA, phthalates, those types of things. They make the product softer, so you can't build as tall, right? But some of the benefits of the Polymer, again, electrical insulation, processed in various ways. Materials are seemingly limitless, range of characteristics and colors, and used to make items that are alternatives, right? So something that's more energy efficient is the idea. uPVC, unplasticized polyvinyl chloride, sometimes known as rigid PVC or Polymeric, right? Again, it's going to be chemical resistant, fire resistant. It's not going to have the same problems and issues as a vinyl product does. It's created through an extruder, very common. Best thing I can tell you, it's like a really big Play-Doh press. You heat the material up and it's extruded to specifications that you are looking for. How it's made, you can see some of the welding and the welding reinforcements here. This is one of the mock-ups. This is one of the operable windows here. You can see, pass it around. Now the operable unit, if you pull it open, you'll be able to see the standard profile of the window to give you a better idea how it works and the steel inside. So it would only be fair to talk about the evolution of Windows when you're talking about this product. Originally, when we were using Windows, it was all wood. Cutting down a lot of trees for these products, which wasn't really beneficial for the environment. And wood was great. It was nice. It was warm. It looked beautiful in your house. However, some of the problems and drawbacks: it can get wet. Moisture is an issue. Bugs, termites, ants, that kind of thing can eat the inside of the frame away. Additionally, it can catch on fire as well. So they wanted to also build taller, and you couldn't build large structures with wood windows, so they decided to move to aluminum, right? So late 60s, early 70s, you're seeing a lot more aluminum windows in structures. They're big, huge glass plate windows. You'll see in like California and stuff, which were great. They were beautiful. One of the drawbacks, though, that they're not very energy efficient. After the energy crisis, they found out very soon that having big, large aluminum and steel windows wasn't great for your energy costs, right? So they wanted to make something a little bit more efficient. 1964, the first vinyl window was introduced into the market. Vinyl Industries, they created a vinyl product, which was great, but it was using a lot of recycled materials. A lot of these green and white lawn chairs that you'll see like outside, you can recycle those and make a vinyl window, right? But they have problems and issues. Vinyl's great material, but one of the things I can say is it's not that strong. If you're trying to build something over 5 stories, vinyl is not always going to get it. I think like another good example I can give you is like Tupperware. Okay, so when you're looking at your standard Tupperware, let's say you've got your chili or your spaghetti, throw it in the microwave, and after that there's a big orange ring around the Tupperware, right? You can't get it off. You can wash it 50 times. You're stuck with an orange ring on it, right? It's a problem. Now, if you're like my wife, you go to Tupperware parties, get 2 pieces for $100. That stuff has a lifetime warranty on it, actually, right? Now, before I started working here, I would question her motives why you're spending $50 a piece for plastic, but now I know, right? I mean, it's a big difference. I can microwave that stuff and not have to throw it away afterwards. So, if anybody's going to Tupperware parties, don't make them feel that. But yes, vinyl was great. It just didn't have the tensile strength to build taller. Fiberglass came in a little bit after that. Fiberglass windows are great. The only drawback is that they're a little bit expensive. Fiberglass windows are fibrous in nature. Okay. With that said, if you rain your hand over a fiberglass product, you can kind of feel the fibrous nature of it, right? It's like it feels rough. To make it finished, you have to put a bunch of layers of acrylic over top of it, which is feasible. It just costs more money, right? If you were looking at the residential market, a standard vinyl window would run you anywhere from, let's say, $1,000 to $1,200, right? Where a fiberglass product probably be in a $1,300 to $1,500 range. Just to give you an idea where it would be as far as the price point is concerned. Now, after that, again, the polymer came in, which was a little bit different. The polymer, no softeners, no phthalates, no BPA, so it was stronger, right? But to make it even better of a product, we just ran steel through it. This is why we can build up to 40 stories. In addition, the energy efficiency and sound attenuation is a lot better in the product. Like we can do up to STC 46. Some of the structures and designs that you guys have, they might have airports next to it or train stations, or maybe it's off K Street, there's just a lot of traffic. So sound attenuation is important for people. Energy efficiency is also important. The polymer product that we have has led to a lot of passive house structures, a lot of LEED structures that we do in the DC, Maryland area, which, people are trying to be more energy efficient these days. So one of the first questions I get from a lot of architectural partners is, well, how much does it cost, right? And the real answer is it just depends on what you're looking for. Unfortunately, it's hard to say. I would have to look at a project in particular. But on average, you should be saving 10 to 12% on an apples-to-apples comparison with aluminum. Okay. A lot of the aluminum products are going to be 1,000 times more. They move energy through them 1,000 times better, which is not really great for your energy costs. Our STC rating, I think, is starting at 32, which is a lot better as far as energy efficiency is concerned. Compared to vinyl, right? You can see here, a vinyl product is going to be a little bit more cost effective, but again, we aren't trying to be in competition with vinyl. We're trying to replace the metal and aluminum industry in the country. You can see that fiberglass rating here, a lot higher, $40 to $60. Okay, and then with the aluminum, there's a wide range just because, you know, if you were looking for something that has the same sound attenuation and energy efficiency as our product, apples to apples, we're going to beat them every time. More importantly, on the back end, the operational savings are substantial. We've done a number of case studies. We do retrofit jobs as well. One of the schools that we did, I believe they were saving about like $60,000 a year annually on their energy costs. So the project like paid for itself. Return on investment was pretty substantial. Again, aluminum is 1,000 times more conductive than polymer, which is, you know, pretty standard. You can see if anybody lives in a high-rise or even get close to any of these windows in the wintertime, you can probably feel the temperature difference, okay? It's not, especially in the Northeast, it's wintertime, having big metal windows in your house or your building, it's not really great, right? My boss, his girlfriend, has her desk like right up against the window. She has to move it back like 3 or 4 feet every winter just to not freeze, right? Like, it's kind of ridiculous. So having something that's more efficient is beneficial. So this is what I was telling you about the Capital City Public Charter School, one of the case studies. Up front, $300 product savings, okay, over the aluminum competitor that we're going with, but more importantly, that $50,000 annual energy savings on the back end is really what made the developers excited, right? The owners of the structure save $50 grand a year. Project's going to pay for itself very soon. It's a LEED Gold project here, STC 40, OITC 35, 167,000 square feet. This one here, we did a triple pane window, right? But just to give you an example of some of the energy savings. And again, like, we understand some of the profiles can be a little bit thicker, okay? And for our architectural partners, that's not as exciting. But on the non-operable parts, like this is the profile that you're going to be looking at, like on average, and I mean, it's not too much larger than an aluminum profile.
Is that like 2.5 inches or something?
Yeah, exactly. Some of the advantages of polymer fenestrations, again, strong and effective. On average, timber is 20 to 30% more expensive, and aluminum is 30% more expensive than this product. Okay, saving money up front. Excellent insulation properties, which is good. Number one, energy efficiency and sound insulation, right? Resistant to chemical and termite attack, doesn't shrink, crack, or change under harsh weather conditions. Some of the problems with vinyl, it will start to fade and deteriorate after it heats and cools a number of times, right? Extremely low maintenance, long-term savings, extremely UV resistant, self-extinguishing. That's also a big point. Especially out in Europe, a lot of the structures that they're designing, they want to make sure that they're really fire retardant. There's been a lot of fires over there, and you know, some of the structures want to make sure that they don't burn as easily. 100% recyclable up to 7 times, right? So when it can be recycled, which is great, it's better for the environment. In addition, every single window that we sell, we plant a tree. To my knowledge, we're the only organization that's planting a tree for every single window that we sell to our customers. So trying to offset the footprint. Some of the capabilities, low air infiltration, as low as 0.01, better thermal performance. Again, we're starting at 0.27, where other people are starting high, 0.36, 0.40, which is great. Sound attenuation options. Again, we can reach STC 46, which is virtually silent. You could, we just finished the Moxie downtown DC. Originally, we were contracted to do the new portion of the structure. However, the owner was so impressed with the windows and everything, he had us retrofit the old portion. It is right off of K Street, and in the middle of the day, 1 floor off in the hotel rooms, you can't hear any traffic, right? If you go to a hotel room, like you're looking for, clean bed, clean bathroom, and not a lot of noise. So sound attenuation is also very important for a lot of our customers. So some of the available window styles, again, I mentioned we don't do a hung window, we don't do sliders. We can replicate the hung window doing a fixed over operable. We also have the European tilt and turn, which operates two ways. You can pull it open or tilt it open, which is good. Awnings, casements, other standard window types. We do offer double pane, triple pane, and then a number of laminate options for the product. As you can see, again, the styles. And some of the capabilities. So before we arrived, Kendall sent me an email. I know some of you have heard of our organization before and had some questions and concerns about the product and what its capabilities are. So we are able to do punch openings. We can do window walls, and we can do storefronts. The only thing that our organization does not provide is common use doors. The storefront system that we provide will tie into any other storefront door, YKK, Conair, et cetera, but the Polymer door just isn't designed to be opened 8 million times a day and hit with baby strollers and coffee cups and all kinds of stuff all day. It's just not good. But the fixed and operable combined, so we can do window walls and whatnot. You can see ribbon windows here, corner aesthetics. It does have the availability to do like PTAC louver systems. We can provide grids for the product, internal and external, so you can get the industrial look if you're trying to do like a warehouse or something with that aesthetic. This is the double hung product that we have here, so it's just a fixed over operable. This one at the Moxie, we had to actually create a circle top, like a half moon circle top for them, just because it was a historic portion of the building. But, you know, we'll bend over backwards to make our architectural partners and customers happy. So the window walls. The maximum height we can actually do is 14 feet. I don't know, that's just 10 there, I have to adjust that. But 14 feet tall and however far across you need to go, okay? Which fits a lot of our customers' designs. I believe that's the Elysium 14. Slab edge covers. So this is just a brick metal design here. You can see this one, it's a protruded slab edge cover, just to give them the aesthetic they were looking for. You can also do flush ones, right? And this is a brick metal solution that's provided during the install. So some of the modified curtain walls that we can do. I know it's hard to see the writing here, but I'll be able to provide a presentation if you're looking for it. However, you can see some of the window walls that we can provide. We can't do a full curtain wall just because of the way the window is designed, but still some stuff that needs. So storefronts. So this is just a good example of our storefront here. I believe that is a Conair door. We do have like 5-6 standard colors. They match most stuff if you want something custom, as long as the material order was large enough for custom color. But you can see, you couldn't even tell where our product stops and the door starts. Makes a seamless transition there. Another example of a storefront, full integration with any aluminum door. And we do terrace doors, balcony doors. As long as they're not common use, we can provide those as well. They integrate with all of our systems, which is great. Magnetic catches. The PTAC louvers there for air conditioning systems. The corner window wall here. Some of these can be difficult to provide, but using the right one, they get it done. 170-degree maximum, minimum 90 degrees there. We do have ADA compliance as well. I know that that's important. The disability is important to a lot of our customers as well. We'll make sure that you're making everybody comfortable. Talked about the magnetic double seal, thermally broken, no mechanics and no wear, 20-year warranty on the magnetic force, the balcony and terrace doors. So again, some of the other window sizes. As I mentioned, we can do 14 feet tall. Feel free to stop me if you have any questions too. I'll talk a lot. So one of the benefits of doing a project with us is that we will give you the engineering. We use all the software that engineers do, and we'll give you wind loads and calculations. Sometimes, I've never heard of Grimmer Parker doing it, but sometimes people copy and paste the spec. You know, I've heard it happen before. And we'll get, you know, a U value, it looks like something that's built in Miami, and then a solar heat gain coefficient, which is a lot different. So we'll offer other solutions as well if you see something like that in the spec that you wrote. They do have limiters as well, like 2 to 4 inch. They're bigger in New York, but that is available. And the life expectancy. So this was another question and warranty questions that we had from some of the architects. Service life 30 to 50 years, depending on the manufacturer, right? On Polymer. Minimal maintenance. If there's any damage or anything during the install, you can just get a pen. Obviously, if it's like catastrophic damage, it would have to be replaced. But very low maintenance, can be recycled 7 times. Talked about low levels of pollution during the production process. Substantially less energy during the manufacturing process as well, not to mention the tree planting. These are the standard colors that the product comes in. We currently do polymer and anodized silver to give you the aluminum or metal look. You have a warm stone, dark bronze, black smooth, and then the white. The material comes out naturally as white, so having a white interior, color exterior is probably your lowest cost option, but you can do a 2-tone. And as I mentioned, if you needed something a little bit more exotic, as long as the material cost is high enough, we could do a custom color for you. And then we have the laminates. X-Fill laminates, they're amazing. These help to give our windows a little bit more style, color.
Let's guess, what is the quantity you need to have to get a custom color?
So I think the material order needs to be about like what, 750 to 8, I think. 800,000. Because you can't just like it's not like they're spray painting the windows or something. You have to buy dye in like a large roll. So if the material order was 800,000 or more, it would make sense. Otherwise, as far as the price point is concerned, it wouldn't be cost effective for you to do the custom color. Multiple gaskets. I think you can see inside the window here some of the gaskets that are put into the window to give it a little bit more energy efficiency. Low air infiltration values up to 0.01. And some of the health and energy benefits, again, polymer windows provide a way to make low and high-rise buildings in any project category energy efficient and healthy in any climate zone. 75 to 90% less energy used for heating and cooling. If we're talking to your developers, your customers about saving them 75 to 90%, they're excited about that, right? Even if you're going to sell the building, it makes it a little bit more attractive that the structure is efficient, okay? Protection from energy price increases, excellent sound abatement we talked about, reduced overall ownership costs, energy tax credits and funding is available, increased resale value, right? Also, the product leads to passive house structures. This is one of the largest passive house structures in the U.S. I believe this one is in Pittsburgh. On the top left there, it is, let me see, 67,000 square feet, 4 stories in Pittsburgh. We're going to be working on a new, very large passive house structure in Silver Spring. But currently, this is the largest one. When you're talking about passive house, it doesn't just apply to residential homes. I mean, it can be to large buildings and stuff as well. But I think they got like $1 million tax credit. Yeah, so they got $1 million tax credit with that project. But again, it just makes it more exciting. Now with passive house, some of the efficiency values that you're trying to reach, on average, a passive house structure is going to be about 10 to 13% higher in cost than the standard material, but, you know, when we're talking about 70 to 90% energy savings, you know, it makes up for it. This is another case study here with the HANAC Corona Senior Residences. This one's in Corona, New York, 57,000 square feet. I think we did a triple pane there as well. The Forte triple pane steel reinforced, yeah. Dual action windows and the storefront we did there with the door. So it depends. It depends on who you're asking and like who the customer is. No, right. No, I mean I'm saying like it depends on who you're servicing. If you're looking for something that's really energy efficient, we used to recommend the triple pane all the time. With that said, what our company decided to do was make our double pane window more efficient and have like the same energy values as our triple pane, but the price point as the double pane. So we're coming out with a new line. It will be rolling out end of the summer, early fall. So if
connected to a project, triple pane was standard with our company. So you're comparing your energy efficiency to aluminum that doesn't have triple pane.
right. So that's what I'm saying. The new product that we're coming out with, all the stuff that we're quoting right now has our new line, and it is a double pane, but it has the efficiency values of the triple. That answers your question.
Yeah, but you can, with the double pane windows that we have now, the U values, we can get them down to about like 0.2 to 1 to say the solar heat. Double pane, I think the solar heat is about like 8. To get the triple pane is really more like passive house projects or net zero projects that you have to get really aggressive with the thermal energy properties in it. Spacer and stuff, glass breaks all the time. Like, it's difficult. Sure. Oh no, of course. We'd rather spec something rather than they look bad. Yeah. No, the double pane is. I would say the majority of the projects I've been working on it's only one, maybe two that's even considered to be pane just because again it was a house project.
Right.
We're being really aggressive with properties. Even with the south properties, laminating the glass is going to be more effective and so there's really limited uses. I mean, still offer it, but yeah, it's a double pane.
Right.
Big question. So with the durability of the system, that's like part of the reason why you're not putting those common floors there. But at the same time, we're going to like showing local frames like going to grade at street level that will probably take a fair amount anyway. Like what about it is that prevents us from going to like a hardware issue or other integration? Like why don't we do it?
Because we warranty the product really, and like if somebody bumps or dents the polymer or something like that, I'm not pretty upset about it. We're going to replace it. We have a standard warranty with it. So
that's like not an issue with street level frame.
it hasn't been so far, and I've heard that. I've had that question actually like 2 times this week. Some of our architectural partners wanted to go and see some of the storefronts and structures that we've already done that are a little bit older, just to see how they hold up, wear and tear, fading, that kind of thing. And we'd be more than happy to set that up. I think the oldest large one I think is Alicia. I think that's like at least 5, 6 years. But it hasn't been a major issue thus far. And again, with our glazing stuff, like we're a manufacturer, and what we do is we partner with glazing stuff in the area, and they'll provide the door. And, if that makes sense, we just don't want a warranty, but pass the door. A lot of the projects do get LEED certifications. The window that we provide allows for 37 LEED points. That is the double pane, not the triple. Another case study here is Prospect Plaza. This is a LEED Gold project in Brooklyn, New York. Multifamily, 46 stories, 400,000 square feet, 3 blocks. Right. This one here is Elysium 14, which is in downtown DC. And this, like I said, I'd be more than happy to take anybody over there and check it out so you can see the storefronts and window walls in action. That was completed a couple years ago, 2016. So this is an interesting slide, one of our favorites. This is from our sound abatement presentation. This is all the calls that Bloomberg was getting and people complaining and what they were talking about and what time. So you can see the majority of it is our noise complaints, but it's funny, like at 2 o'clock, people will call about taxes and just complain about taxes. That was kind of interesting. Damaging trees, street lights on at 11 a.m., illegal parking. You can see about 3 o'clock when the kids get out of school, the graffiti spikes. We thought that was interesting, right? But just noise in general is one of the things that people complain about the most. So again, sound abatement, sound attenuation is important. With some of the schools that we had retrofitted, there was a noticeable difference in the students' performance, especially some of the ones that were like next to train stations and whatnot. So this one here, this is the Astoria Central in New York, and you can see this one we had to do an STC 46 on. I actually have to take a developer out here. I'm supposed to go this Friday to show them the sound attenuation. Trains run every like 8 minutes past the structure. From the lobby, you cannot hear anything, right? And that's pretty impressive. You know, transportation is important, and with the number of airports and train tracks and train stations around here, being able to lower the sound pollution is important. We're talking about some of the sound abatement levels and then the different windows associated. The single pane windows, STC 18 to 20, the dual pane 25 to 27, triple pane 26 to 29. But the lamination, that's where you can increase your STC substantially. We can do a double pane window, dual laminated, get down to STC 46. Oh, sorry.
So yeah, so this is kind of speak to your point about the triple pane window. I'm sorry, what was your name, by the way? Daniel. Daniel, to speak to your question before about the triple pane windows. So STC ratings, the decibel levels, it's not a linear scale. It's an exponential scale or a logarithmic scale. So to go from single pane to double pane, just by like adding that pane of glass, you're increasing the STC or decibel levels by 7, like average of 7 decibels, which is noticeable here. To go from double pane to triple pane, it doesn't even really do that much, right? Going from STC 25 to 26 or 27 to 29, that increase is barely perceptible. So really the important part here is we're able to get the higher STC ratings by laminating the glass, still keeping the cost down low. So it's just another one of the reasons why triple pane is very very specific. It still has its uses, but double pane. The main.
So for that laminating, both panes.
Correct. Yeah, both panes. Yeah.
Yeah. You can see there.
Got the black rate for the product. That's working. Yeah, important.
Yeah. So this is we do. We're actually with the presentation that we have on sound abatement is really to educate people on uPVC. You'd be shocked how many architect firms we're going to heard of. So it's really cool name that you guys are looking at. Yeah. Go ahead.
Right. So polymer window frames, laminated glass, non-metal spacers, these are all things that are leading to some of the sound abatement and attenuation. Also the spacer. The spacer inside the product is important, and that is going to affect your thermal values and whatnot. Originally, spacers were designed, and they were just metal, very conductive, letting energy, sound, etc., through the window. With some of the technology and everything, they started to do aluminum spacers with thermal breaks. Added a desiccant here, so you can see these little like rocks and pebbles. You can see it inside the mock-up there. That will wrap any little bit of moisture that happens to get in between the panes. And then, the warm edge spacer here, which is actually polymer, very efficient. Doesn't give you the seal failure that's common in a lot of metal aluminum windows. If you look in between all these windows here and the majority of the buildings around here, the spacer is like steel or aluminum. Get the condensation and the seal failure very common in products like that. This is the Atlantic Avenue case study here, STC 45, OITC 38.
I'm sorry, I couldn't.
I said, do you guys manufacture your spacer?
Swiss spacer.
And this one here is in Brooklyn, New York. I think that was on the product catalog. This is the Hamilton and Philly. This is the arcade double pane. Macy's finished that one last year. And the Marriott Hotel, the Moxie again. Originally, as I mentioned earlier, we were just designated to do the new portion, but the owner liked it, and we had to retrofit the old part. We are one of like 3 designated vendors for Marriott and Hilton. We're the only one that's non-metal, so hospitality has been a big push for our organization. You guys do any hotels? So closing thoughts on Polymer again, excellent, versatile, affordable, environmentally friendly material, right? Superior to other materials like aluminum, wood, health benefits, right? And it can be used in a number of designs, not just passive house structures, and 40 stories tall. Any additional questions?
All your windows are manufactured with Germany?
Poland.
Poland is shipped here?
Correct, correct. So currently we're building another factory. It's about 9 to 11 week shipping time. But you know, as long as the communication is there, you know, we make sure that we get all our stuff to
You know, the contractors can't measure what happens for a long time.
That's true, but I mean, we do a lot of stuff beforehand and afterwards. We're on site and all the stuff is delivered. Just making sure, and we had attic stock as well. So we do a lot of things.
Making the window the size, it's got to remake it.
So yeah, I mean that could be an issue, but it's one of those like, you know, measure 2 or 3 times, cut once kind of deals where we try to eliminate those. We can have active claims management, which helps to prevent any other possible issues, but that hasn't been a problem for us so far.
Yeah, so to kind of cut back on that, you know, Eric touched on it, but with the active claims management, so whenever there's an ongoing project, there will always be a business developer representative that visits the site at least once every 30 days, just to kind of keep track of if there are any windows that are broken, damaged, or for whatever reason. You can always expedite if it's like 1 window. We can expedite the shipment, so we can do that in 4 to 5 weeks if necessary. Usually we don't have any issues, even if there are broken windows or damage, getting there before the glazing contract is done.
Don't have any storage at all?
No, we do. I mean, we have a warehouse and office facility in Fairfax that store extra parts and connection windows and stuff. But
We're custom made, we're all custom made, so stop it.
How's the food? Better than a Panera box lunch? Yes. That's good. That's good. Well, I appreciate it. Well, thank you for your time. We had a couple quick questions. We were tracking a few projects with your organization. Did anybody work on 1234 Meteldery? Wonderful. I think we're bidding on that currently. There was a couple other projects that we were working on. The Bruce Monroe. That's on hold. Okay, well, that's good to know. I think we won Capitol Vista and Liberty Place, which is good. So our windows are going into those projects. Let me see. Lord Fairfax Community College.
They're on this to go.
You
guys are on the phone.
All right. Well, I'll make sure I speak to them afterwards. And Frederick 12th Elementary. I've heard that one, that I've heard. Well, again, I think that you guys can see that the product, you know, anything that has aluminum in the spec, you know, it would be a great alternative. It's not listed in the master spec. It's like listed under vinyl because they just don't have a polymer designation. But I think you can see it would be beneficial to your developers, save them money. Everybody's happy. You know, the developers are happy and saving money. You guys look like rock stars. You know, everybody's winning, right? Do you guys have any other projects that you think this might be a good fit for?
There will be.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, thank you for your time. I hope you enjoyed the food, and you know, we'll definitely be in touch.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Do you guys have
I would just don't say that absolutely like vinyl. Yeah.
Yeah, so with every project, part of the goal is actually reformat. That was just we'll write that. Thank you. No problem. Thank you so much. Did everybody sign in to get credit?
They want the credit.
Yeah. I'm on. Hey, Eric, so capital this, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I think it was
my product, yeah.
Oh, is it?
So, I also heard about a reason where the window had to be split to a different site. Yeah, this was a GC requirement internally for that.
Well, capital this?
Yeah. Something I believe is getting revised on the project right now in the run phase. So, you know, DC has a very stringent and standard window that was qualified. Not that it's required by the kind of and they would not qualify.
Do you have a business card? I'd be more than happy. That's my boss project, but I'll definitely make sure that he follows up with it.
So, yeah, that is something which will happen on every project.
Right.
It's not easy to
Right.
Because that's the energy requirement that is controlled for that.
Yeah.
Add to it, it has to go with passive house or only going to get more space.
Exactly.
Right? So, DC has started to go with,
The omnibus stuff?
and if that is what is going to happen, that window is going to keep hitting. So if we lose, we need to get that thing. My recommendation is energy department. Show them what you have. Ask them if any of these windows can qualify. Once you have their approvals on it, that hey, that works for us. It's win-win for us here. We don't have to go ahead and start finding updates, get them on it.
Thank you.
Christian with a K. Upland is the name. K-R-I-S-T-I-A. Christian Upland. H-O-F-F-L-A. Is the one who's in charge of
Thank you so much, man. That would be really beneficial. I really appreciate it.
You like the window, what it does, but at the same time, if it doesn't meet
Well, we'll try, and again, we do all the run all the specs and stuff for our software and try and make sure that we mitigate that.
Does that use project manager or anybody place?
Who is?
Zach. Oh, I'm on capital place.
Okay. Okay. How you doing, Zach? Oh, no worries. Yeah, no, we're trying to credit. Yeah. Well, thank you. Yeah, I mean, I think we're, yeah, so yeah, we're looking for a process. Right, yeah. Yeah. We're excited about that.
Never gets on the ground, we'll hopefully get it.
Hopefully. You working on anything else that would be, let's see, I don't know.
You know, I think, we, definitely look for high-res is great, regulating the, windows, the energy performance is all what we want.
Right.
Yeah. Is it still there?
No.
That's why I'm not being in here.
Matt and I will be.
Eric?
Yes, sir. Okay. If you've got any questions, feel free to email me.
Yeah, definitely, yeah, what's this, is it Matt? Yeah, Matt. I don't know. Any good questions come up during the session today? Random things?
Yeah, we talked about, I think Daniel had a question about Kendall. I heard that we used to have the triple pane window was our standard window. We've really gotten away from that, so the double pane window.
Yeah, we did double things.
Okay, good. I just thought about that, like, there was issues with a lot of builders, triple pane window, happens to, still you do a triple pane, but for various hot cases, right? Yeah. So it's like a house project or a net zero project. Right. But I mean, those are going to be, it's going to be required.
Or at the end,
So even with the SPC,
oh, that's part of the question?
Yeah, so at the Moxie Hotel, it's SPC 45. And that's only double pane. Because we actually laminated both panes of glass. So it's actually a laminate.
That's designed specifically for it.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't aware of that. Yeah, we always assume, gotta do triple pane if you're doing SPC, but that's not the case.
No, it's not the case. And also, so the big thing now is OITC. Another great question, I think. A lot of times, we'll kind of start to talk about OITC and really understand what it is. But it's much more useful when you talk about exterior walls, windows. OITC ready to big, have all of our windows.
There's a project that definitely forced me to Liberty. You know how we are seeing on Liberty that this we added that on till date, even though we wanted to just go in there. And Brian promised that we will make the numbers power. It did not. That window has gone to BPI. Really? Which was Seattle.
Leather,
The same.
oh, it's no Polymer.
Yeah. I don't know what happened. I don't understand the conversation that go on between you and the contractor. But we wanted this, and I was promised this is what you would get.
So Fairfax?
Oh, yeah. So all the more reason for us to go instead of going to someone, yeah. Right. It's still in your hands. You know the contractor. Talk to them. They haven't finalized the contract yet. They haven't done it. What project? It's called Parcel 11. Parcel 11. Parcel. Okay. Make a note of it. Whoa. Parkside. Okay. They have yet to close the deal with them. I think they're looking at end of July. And reach out. Yeah, end of July. End of July.
Oh, end of July. Sorry. Okay.
Yeah. I'll even give you the person who's handling this. Never get her last name right. Of course,
But that's what I said. that's why I wanted you to know, like, I think if Brian came a little while ago, I think,
It was about a year and a half. So.
it might have been more prevalent, but to the moment price point, you get one,
Oh,
you touch the brick wall over the hole. Yeah.
Good job, too.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
We were trying to.
I wouldn't even want to try DMY, TRISYN, TRY, nutrition. Yeah.
What's your email? Just J last name at zero.com.
Yeah, at zero.com.
At zero.com. Okay. All right.
One number I can give you that. Yeah. 301 623 366.
Yeah, I'll check into it. I mean, I will say a lot of times Brian would, but the one I have promise a lot of things with pricing that weren't always necessarily feasible. That's how they discovered as we're going through the backlog of projects that he was working on. So, it's definitely possible that, he probably had promised too much of it, which is unfortunate.
Oh, here's the thing. If there is a person from Seattle able to beat that number and deliver it from
Thank you so much again.
nowhere else, you can't beat that.
Right.
I'll put it as simple as that. Yeah. And ask them how we can make it work. If they give you a number, the only reason we want this is because it's a slider. That's what those windows are, sliders. And the efficiency and everything, which takes better than sliders. So.
And is that a big thing in terms of the efficiency? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, this is yeah. There's
What's the address?
it's called Parkside. This is, in Minnesota Avenue, Metro Station is right across from 295.
Okay. Yeah. So I'll look into it. See if we have any notes on it for him. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah.
And I just have a question. Put it on the
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Back,